would you say the core reason is? And I'm not talking about the surface level.
Right.
The real deep reason on why your marriage had to end.
First of all, I think what people need to also understand is that when a marriage ends, it doesn't end at the announcement. You know, it didn't end the day before the announcement. It ends years before that, or, you know, months before that, or however long, you know, people's individual journeys are. So by the time I announced, I mean, I'd gone through a lot of the processes of it. So it was actually quite a relief, because I felt like, you know, I was sneaking around and, you know, because I didn't want people to know. But in actual fact, it was done. And at the time of the announcement, it actually felt like a really big relief and a big weight off my shoulders of something that I'd been carrying for a while. But I think for me, it was a matter of, I personally, in my journey, I think I didn't understand myself. I didn't know what it was that I wanted. I grew up in a marriage with my mom and my dad.
And family is such a big thing for you.
Huge, massive. And I never imagined getting divorced. I always thought that I would raise my kids the same way that I was raised, like ride or die, do or die. You know, that's what I thought. But you go through life and you realize that when you start to step back and realize, was I mature enough to get married at that stage? Was it the right time for me? Did I know what I wanted? Was I secure enough in living life the way that I wanted to live before I could settle down? Is that settling down supposed to feel like a prison, or is it supposed to be an extension and a growth? And I just felt like for me, timing was off, but I didn't know myself. And then furthermore, I went on to further lose myself in my marriage. So it ending for me in a weird way, outside of the pain and all of that goes with it, was an opportunity for me to have a second chance at life.
Do you still today, in full hindsight, look at it as a failure?
I think the failure part is on my part, from not being able to pick up what was right for me at a time before I went all the way. And I failed myself. You know, in relationships, you always know, you know, when you look back, you're like, but that was a red flag, or that was a red flag, or that was, well, you're a red flag.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many, I'm not, you know, pushing the blame in any shape or form, but you know, you're either a red flag and you're not acknowledging it, or they're a red flag, or they have red flags and you're not acknowledging it. I just was not at a point where I was willing to trust myself and what I wanted, and ultimately I think that's why my marriage ended.
So I don't believe in marriages ending as them being failures. I genuinely see them as they ran the course they were meant to.
Sure.
And obviously I have not been married, so I don't understand.
Don't do it. No, I'm joking.